This is where storytelling meets soul, where Emmy wins and street corner interviews carry the same weight. Today, we sit with a woman who doesn't just light up our screen, she lights up the city. Hey y'all, I'm Aunyea, and welcome back to Culture Q, your place for what to know, who to know, and where to go. My guest today is a radiant force behind Philly storytelling, an Emmy-winning journalist whose heart beats in rhythm with the city she loves. Whether she's spotlighting local gems or sitting down with Hollywood legends, she brings joy, depth, and community pride to every screen. This is definitely a conversation you don't want to miss, so let's just hop right in. So our guest today is the Emmy Award-winning force behind NBC 10's Philly Live, spotlighting the city's heartbeat one story at a time. As a journalist and host, she brings warmth, style, and substance to every screen she graces. Beyond her on-air presence, she leads a vibrant virtual series interviewing the stars behind Peacock and Netflix originals like Tyler Perry, Taraji P. Henson, Adam Sandler, Tiana Taylor, Samuel L. Jackson, PPG from Love Island Season 6, and so many more. But to me, she's more than just a media powerhouse. She's my mentor, a guiding light, and someone who's helped me shape this very show. So please help me welcome the inspiring, radiant, and unstoppable Aunyea Lachelle.
Oh my goodness, right? Thank you. You're welcome. What an intro.
Thank you.
I don't think I can live up to that. I think you should about it here.
No, everything that I said was an absolute fact. I'm so grateful just for everything, and especially for you joining and being our big final guest for season 1 of Culture Q. So we all are just so excited that you took time out to do this for the show and for me.
No, I'm so proud of you that you started this, that you've launched this.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see what happens next for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I want to start off with just who you are. You're born and raised here in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you growing up in this city?
So I grew up in Northeast Philadelphia, and I don't know what the stigma is behind Northeast now, but when I was growing up, it was not a place that Black kids were typically known to grow up in. And so whenever I did hang out with friends who were from West Philly or North Philly or South Philly, they would make a lot of fun of me for living in Northeast. So I had I guess you could call it like a dual childhood, if you will, right? And almost kind of like a mixed identity, because I had a lot of white friends, but I also had a lot of Black friends. And sometimes I felt misunderstood in the middle of that.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say that I did have a fun childhood, a great childhood. Living in Philly truly shaped me. And it gave me a nice perspective, a multi-layered perspective, so that I can tell the stories that I tell now, because I can relate to a lot of different communities.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting that you're from Northeast. I have a different kind of relationship. I went to Central High School.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know the rivalry between Central High School and Northeast High School.
I didn't, because I didn't go to Northeast High School. So this was new to me.
Yeah. So the high school in your neighborhood, we have a lot of smoke.
Really?
Yes.
Beef.
Yes. There's beef. Year. We play them Thanksgiving Day and football. They beat us a lot, but we have a lot of heart. Like, we don't give up. We go out there. We put it all out there. So I love that tie to the city that you have. You may not remember this, but we actually met at a work event in 2023. And I was honestly so nervous, but I walked up to you and I told you how much I admired your work in journalism. And it meant so much to me that you received that with so much grace. So when did you know that you wanted to be a journalist, that this was all you wanted to do?
Yeah. First, I do remember the day that we met. I would have had no idea that you were so nervous.
I was shaking in my boots. I remember because my cousin Aisha was there.
Yeah.
And there were a few other people that we worked with in this building. And I was like, I'm going to just go up to her.
Well, I'm glad
talk to her. I am too.
See what happens when you face your fears, although that was nothing to be fearful of. Let's be real.
Yes. No, but like, how did you know that like this is what you want to do? Because normally you're on this side of the seat.
Yes. I feel so awkward right now responding. How did I know? So I will say, I'll preface this with, I was a big dreamer always, since I was a little girl. So my first ever dream was to be a Disney Channel star. I was obsessed with Disney Channel. I wanted to be the one holding the wand, doing the Mickey ears. Yeah, you're watching Disney Channel. And so it first started with the love of that. And then I got into musicals and acting and singing and writing. And then from writing music, I started writing television shows. Long story short, I went to school and I majored in communications, and I started working in the television studio at school. And then that's when I finally realized that my interest in the arts, I finally found a channel and a vessel for it. And that's when I got the idea that I could turn it into a career. Honestly, who inspired me was Terrence J., who used to host 106 in Park. I was very inspired by the fact that he hosted that show, but he also was an actor. He was in Think Like a Man at the time, which was like the biggest movie at the time in that whole franchise. And so I said, one day I want to be the female version of Terrence J. And I just kind of found a path to that through broadcast journalism.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea that that was who you were looking up to at the time, and kind of like shaped your way into journalism. I feel like most of us who either are journalists or aspiring journalists, we all have that like person where it's like, oh my goodness, like I watched them on TV. I watched them do this. I want to do that. For me growing up, it was Jacqueline London.
Yeah.
Your coworker.
Yes. NBC 10's evening anchor.
Yes. I used to come with my godfather when he was a floor director here. And she would just give so much like light. And I knew I was like this annoying little like 8th grader or 7th grader, like, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? But she was very, very patient. So I know like the impact, because that's kind of why I started this and kind of just went for it. Because it's like, you don't want to have a dream and then wonder if when it doesn't go the way that you think it should go, like traditionally. So that's interesting to hear. And that was your kind of push into this.
Yeah, well, one of them, but yeah.
No, I love that. So what was an early moment in your career when you realized you had something special, something different? Because I think a lot of us want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So what was something that you saw that kind of set you apart and you're like, no, I can market this. I can do this.
So it was my senior year of college. I went to Westchester University, and I got an internship at actually our competitor, 6ABC. Can I say that? Can I say that?
Yeah, say it on here.
All right. Wow. That's how I started.
It's on her NBC bio. They mention it. So
it is.
We can say it.
I wrote the bio.
You mentioned it. We can say it. We can say it.
Listen, ask for forgiveness. Okay, not permission. But yeah, so I interned at 6ABC, and that was really what opened up the doors for me and opened up my mind to all that was possible. And so I started that internship actually with an interest in being a producer. I always said I wanted to be, again, I had many dreams. So one of them also was to be like the next Shonda Rhimes as well, and be an executive producer and create content. So I interned in their programming department, which was everything but news. So it was lifestyle, entertainment, arts and culture, all of my interests broadcasted on this local station that, I grew up watching many stations throughout Philadelphia, especially NBC 10. But I say that to say that I forget where I was going with this. This is why I'm not on this side of things. What was your question?
The question was like, what was that like early thing that you saw in yourself that like no one else really, or I won't say no one else really had, but it's like, no, I do this very well. What was that special thing?
Okay. So it was during that internship that I started to observe the department, and not to say I observed it in a bad way, but I just noticed here are some ways that they're missing opportunities with reaching a younger audience. And it was taking advantage of social media. And so I held a focus group with 12 of my friends. I downloaded their latest episode of a show called FYI Philly. And I had my friends watch it and give their critiques and fill out a questionnaire that I created, just giving feedback on what they liked about it, what they wanted more of, and how this show can reach them so that they can actually watch it and access it. And so I put all of that into a social media proposal. It was like a 20-page proposal, and I got binders and a cover page, and I presented it to about 5 different people in that department, one of them being the VP of programming. And so it was during that process and that project that I did on my own. I didn't tell anyone that I was doing it. And I did it in addition to going to school and actually doing the duties of the internship. So it was during that process and then presenting that, that I realized, wait a second, like, I have a place here in this, and I kind of ate that up.
Yeah.
I have a place here in this industry. And I don't want to say it was because of that I got hired, but 2 months later I got hired, and my first job out of college was at one of the top stations in this market.
And that is so inspiring because I don't know if you all know, Philadelphia is a top 5 market. So it's very, very difficult to land a position here right out of college.
Yeah.
Like most people who want to go into this industry of journalism, reporting, anything like that, you have to start in a very small town. You have to work your way up. You have to move. You have to kind of navigate that. So I guess, can you walk us through like what that path looked like for you once you kind of got in ABC?
Yeah.
In this Philadelphia market, how did you then pivot over to NBC and then start to build longevity here? Like, we'll get into your show, Philly Live, soon. Right? How did this all come about?
Yeah, so my journey started behind the scenes. I started as a producer. So the job I mentioned I got hired for right out of college was a producing job. And it was producing, that similar content that we just talked about. And I always knew that I wanted to be on air. That was always the goal for me. But when that opportunity presented itself, I had to take it.
Yeah.
Right. It was a no-brainer. And I'm so glad that I did, because you cannot be an on-air talent if you don't know how to write. And essentially, if you don't know how to produce, meaning if you don't even know how to put together a story or put together a package. And so that taught me a lot in this industry. And it helped me build my confidence along the way. And in addition to being a producer, I had then started a YouTube channel on the side.
Hoping you mentioned this because when she told me about this, I was like, wait a minute, it sounds very familiar. Please share this.
I know. Sorry if it's repetitive. But yeah, so while I was working at ABC, I also started a YouTube channel, just highlighting celebrity news and celebrity gossip and kind of putting my own spin on it. And so that was my way of getting my reps in and preparing myself and practicing to be on air one day, because that was always the dream. I never lost sight of the dream. I just paid respect for the opportunity that God gave me at the time.
Right.
While still focusing on my dream as well. And so all of that kind of led to me eventually getting this job here as the host of Philly Live.
Yeah, no, and the Emmy Award-winning host of Philly Live.
Thank you.
And it's a show that didn't even exist before you stepped into the position as host. Yeah. So how is that like building a legacy? Because eventually when you're like, okay, like I've done all I can with Philly Live and a new host comes in, your name is always going to be as Aunyea Lachelle, the first host, the inaugural host, So what is that like, having that legacy with such a company like NBC? And then how did it feel to shape something so rooted in your voice and passion?
I will say that when I first got this job, I didn't realize the responsibility. I didn't realize the weight. I didn't realize the significance at the time. For me, it was just this girl who always had this dream of being on air, and I worked hard, and then I finally got it. And so I think had I known then what I know now, I don't know if I would have done as good of a job knowing the amount of pressure, especially being a Black woman in the city to front a show like this is so rare.
Yeah.
And so first I want to say I'm just so grateful to even have been chosen to be this representation. But it means a lot. And sometimes I do forget. Sometimes I do forget the weight of this role because I'm just so inundated by the day-to-day upkeep of it. It's a hard job.
Yeah.
And it's a fun job and I love it. But because I love it, that's why it's hard, because I'm passionate about it. And so all I can say is that I'm grateful and I appreciate people like you who recognize it and who want to highlight it. And I just hope it inspires someone else.
Yeah, well, it definitely inspired me. It definitely inspired a lot of my friends who I've talked to about your show and who know exactly who you are. So I'm very excited for you. I'm very, very happy for you. You've sat down with some incredible names in this role with Philly Live and even just beyond. Faces we've seen on Peacock and Netflix. I had to ask you, what's been your most standout interview this far?
Wow. That's a hard one. I mean, like you said, I've interviewed some amazing people I never thought I'd have the chance to interview. I will say one of my favorites, the first that comes to mind, is Keke Palmer. That's my girl. She doesn't know, but that's my girl. I love talking to Keke Palmer because she's so real and raw and just such a breath of fresh air. And when we talk about inspiration, she is that. She is the epitome of that. And she was just so nice and warm and welcoming. And it felt like I was talking to a friend. And the whole time I was interviewing her, I also couldn't help but think, wow, I want to have this impact when I interview people if I don't already. Like that's something that now I strive for, is to be able to be so vulnerable where people can feel like, I know this girl. This is my friend. I'm comfortable sharing anything with her. And that's the vibe I got from Keke.
And I feel like we all feel that about Keke. Like she's kind of our either younger sister or big sister that we grew up just watching, loving, and just has a very personable spirit to her. So I love that. I have to ask you more about like what that was like after, but can I please share what my favorite interview? So it was more recent. You had Tiana Taylor and Sherry Shepherd. And I don't know, do you know that you kind of broke the news that Tiana and Aaron weren't officially a thing, Tiana Taylor and Aaron Pierre?
I guess I kind of did.
No one else confirmed that except for you.
That's funny. I mean, well, she technically didn't confirm it verbally, but her response,
we needed to know.
Yes. Wow, I didn't think about that. You know, when I posted that, Sherry Shepherd accepted my joint post, like my joint collab posts on Instagram, and I was not expecting that at all. And so, I guess
the reach just went beyond.
But no, that's a good one.
It's like,
that's a good one.
Oh my goodness. And I guess it's like a journalist's mind. Like when you have a mind, like, oh my goodness, she just broke like news. Like this is a real thing. No one else was able to kind of get that out of her. So
I got her to say his name. I said, "Ooh," I sounded like an owl.
And then I was gonna say that's Mufasa.
I did say that. Why did I say that?
No, I loved it. I loved it because that's what we were saying when we were watching.
I said it in my head and was like, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa.
No, I loved that. I loved that interview. I actually read something that you said that stopped me in my tracks. I got it off of your bio on NBC. And you said, growing up in this city shaped me in ways I'm still discovering. I don't just see people and businesses as potential stories to tell. I see them as important members of our community who deserve to be celebrated. I feel them and see them because I am them. That's the heartbeat of what you do on Philly Live. And I resonate with that so much because it relates a lot to what I want to do on this show, Culture Q, as well. So we talked about you growing up in Northeast. What does Philadelphia as a city kind of mean to you? How does that shape who you are?
Philly is such a vibrant city, and I feel like it's so underrated for people who aren't from here and don't get to experience the joys of it. I mean, we're full of so much culture and diversity, and our neighborhoods, our neighborhoods could be different cities within themselves because they're so different, but yet somehow we're all connected. I just love Philly. We're a city full of hustlers. We have some of the best restaurants in the world, if you ask me. We have the best small business community. So my family owns a daycare in North Philadelphia. So I grew up around all of the women in my family, just watching them go to work every day and run this business for more than 45 years now. And so Philly holds a special place in my heart because it is my heart, you know?
And I love your heart for it because you see it in what you do on the show, like the small businesses that you highlight who otherwise probably wouldn't get that much press. People really aren't checking for in the media industry. You give them a voice, and that's so inspiring. So I want to pivot a little bit. Because no, it's good. I promise.
Okay.
We're both women of faith. They're both women of faith. We love Jesus. So how does faith show up in your work, even in the subtle, small ways?
I'll tell you, I prayed to God just before we started this interview. So
too.
Please help me find the words. Speak through me, Lord. Every day, like even every day before the show starts, right? I'm standing in my spot in studio, and they're counting down in my ear as we come out of commercial break to the open of Philly Live. I literally say, "Dear Lord, please let me have a good show." So my faith is constant through everything that I do, professionally and personally. You know, it's what I lean on to get me through. the good days, the hard days, all of it.
Wow. And I know when you pray those prayers, so much wisdom comes to you. You have more of a calming spirit. Like things just kind of shift in a way. And you've even shared so much wisdom with me personally when I was sitting down and trying to draft out what this show will be, what this show will look like, what are some formats. And I don't think I'm the only one that you sit down with and kind of speak life into. So for folks who are watching and are curious about journalism, storytelling, anything in the industry that we are in, and maybe they even see themselves in you, what piece of advice, what small piece of advice do you have to offer them?
It's going to sound so cliche, but it is so real. If you have a dream, don't give up. See it through. Don't stop until you see it through, even if the dream ends up not looking the way that you envisioned it. Because we have to remember, those are what dreams are, right? Sometimes, like, I will wake up, like, literally, if you think about what a dream is, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I had a dream about this, that. You can't really remember the details and the vividness of it, but you just remember the crux of it. So just see your dream through, even if it's not the way you once pictured it, because whatever outcome it is, it's the outcome that is meant for you.
Wow.
So it's so cliche, but it's so true.
It's real. And I hope that you all as our viewers can take that and run with it, because living proof right here, someone who started out in the city, got into a top 5 market right out of college, and now is an Emmy Award-winning journalist with her own show. So if she can do it, you all can do it. Aunyea, I am so grateful that our paths have continued to cross the line in a way that feels so divinely timed. Thank you for pouring so much into this moment, into me personally, and into the show. I'm so grateful for you. We're getting emotional. You guys stay right there. Aunyea is going to be in the hot seat coming up next, so you do not want to miss it. So we're back with Aunyea, and you're usually the one sitting on this side of the couch. But right now, you're in the hot seat. So we're going to play a quick little game of rapid fire, Philly edition. And you'll have 10 seconds to answer each question. If you don't answer, you'll hear my voice go, eh. So you want to.
So what happens when we reach the end?
The answer's done.
No second chance. Okay.
No second chance.
Cut through.
Turning back.
Oh my God.
We want the real live answer.
All right.
First thought.
See, here's where that faith comes in.
It will be so good. Okay, we're about to get started. Let me get my buzzer together. First Philly food spot for out-of-towners.
I guess it has to be something cheesesteak. Oh Brother.
Okay. I've never heard of Oh Brother.
Those are my favorite cheesesteaks.
What is that?
So it's basically a cheesesteak spot. Chicken fingers, french fries, all that good stuff.
Okay, so Oh Brother for cheesesteaks. Mine would probably be Taste or Max's. So, second question.
Okay.
You ready?
No.
One word for your behind the scenes energy.
One word.
3, 2,
fun.
Okay.
Fun.
Okay. Next question. A mentor whose advice still echoes.
The advice or the mentor?
The mentor.
Her name?
Yeah.
Okay, her name is Melinda.
Got it. See?
Dang, I can't share her advice.
You can share.
No, it's fine. You don't.
No, what'd she say? It may help me. It may help me. Please share.
So I remember when I was at my last job and I told her how I felt stuck and I was trying so hard to find a new opportunity. This was right before Philly Live. And she said, first of all, you're not stuck to be there. You're blessed. That's number one. Number two, just start planning your exit strategy day by day. And then you'll be prepared for whenever it is time to make that move. That was very instrumental.
You're not stuck. You're blessed. I'm going to live by that. Keep that close to me, because what a great reminder. So we're living in
what are the kids?
Answered prayers.
Am I doing
answered prayers? No, but it's
man.
It's okay. And it's the middle one and the thumb.
That's what I did.
Okay. So yes.
Time play me.
Clock it.
Clock her. Play me.
Okay, next question. Favorite on-air fashion moment ever?
Okay. It was this denim denim midi dress and a white button-up shirt underneath of it. And dang, well, that's
Okay, denim midi dress, white button-up shirt.
it's on Instagram.
We'll picture is here for visual purposes. Next, if you could mic up one Philly local for a day or Philly legend, who would it be?
Kevin Hart. No. Will Smith. No. Yes. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I like the Kevin idea.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin. I would probably mic up Jalen Hurts. Because I want to hear, he doesn't talk much.
Well, good. I was just going to say, good luck getting him to talk. That's a high pressure interview. I don't even think I want to do that.
If he's mic'd up, I just want to get in his head. Like, what are you?
Did you see the interview with Cam Newton?
No, what'd he say?
Cam basically was being really vulnerable and opening up to him about how he lost the one Super Bowl and he went home and cried.
Mm-hmm.
And, how did Jalen recover from that moment when it happened to him? And he said, pretty much the same. I didn't cry though.
I mean, ate him up.
Tough audience.
True Philly legend shit. Go Birds.
Yes. Period. Love some Jalen. Scared to interview him.
Yeah, no, I probably would be too, but I want to mic him up for it.
No, that's good. You should. I want to look out for that.
Yes, please do. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Philly theme song that comes to mind.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I'm famous. Do we have any other theme songs?
Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay. I wasn't thinking of that as a theme song, but you're right.
What were you thinking?
I was the West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a different one too.
The Eagles chant.
Oh, okay. And that was actually my next question. Top tier Philly chant that never misses.
Oh, yeah.
Eagles.
Eagles. Eagles.
Go Birds. Wow. Okay, that was fun. That wasn't too bad, right?
I hope not.
No, I think you did good. No, you did good. You did good. Well, that was so fun. Thank you so much again for being here. Viewers, you can catch Aunyea on Philly Live. Let them know when they can watch.
Yeah, so Philly Live coming on live Mondays through Thursdays at 11:45 a.m., Fridays at 11:30 a.m., and Saturdays and Sundays at 5:30 a.m., all on NBC 10. And you can follow us on social and follow me too if you want.
Yes, follow her too. Her socials are down below. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great job. This is so fun.
It was fun. As we wrap this first season, the final cue couldn't be clearer. The cue of the week is to bet on yourself every single time. Whether you're behind the mic, building the dream, or just beginning, the belief is your superpower. Stories like Aunyea's prove it. When faith meets work, anything is attainable. So be bold and be brave. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Culture Q. Like every great thing, it takes a team to make it happen, and I have the best team. I'm sending the hugest shout out to my girls, executive producer Kiava Hurd and assistant producer Maria Prater. I could not have done this without the both of you. Thank you for believing in the vision and helping me build it moment by moment. Keep up with us by following our Instagram at CultureQTV, and we'll see you all for season 2.